Hey everybody, it's Steve with Three Fat Truckers. We're down here at the Match Show 2024, Louisville, Kentucky. As always, Dave and Bill's here by my side. How we doing?
Fantastic.
Well, I was wandering around and I got talked into doing a little yoga this morning.
Did
And they said, come up, it's great stretching. And I was hoping it was a jar
you
full
able
of yoga.
to touch your
'Cause I
toes?
was not a bit thinking about laying down on the floor and stretching. I wanted something to eat.
The thing was, you thought they said yogurt.
I know it. That's what I thought they were pushing yogurt on me.
I knew it.
And they're talking about laying down stretching.
Mother Trucker yogurt. That's going to be my next product. High probiotic to keep you regular. All right. It's
Don't know.
Hey,
You
hey.
don't want to open up that can of worms.
Yeah, you know that's a conversation we all need to have, but maybe not on air. We'll start off air first.
Can we practice it in the bathroom first?
Well,
He's gotta be
alone,
He's gotta be
alone,
close.
alone. This is not something that I'll be
No,
doing
this is not a group mission. Everybody
Anyways,
gets their own stall.
Yes.
still rolling out the interviews this morning here. We're sitting here with Hope Zvara from Mother Trucker Yoga. Yoga. You got me all flabbergasted now.
Well, I thought we
There's
was
another
getting
big
yogurt
word for
today.
you.
Come on.
Is that another one off your tear-off calendar?
It was like December 2nd. Yeah.
So it's working. You're taking them with. That's great.
Oh, we usually just roll them up for pay. I mean, never mind. So, Mother Trucker Yoga. How did we get into this?
Well, about 7 years ago. This is actually every time I come to the Mid-America Truck Show, it's my anniversary because we launched at the Mid-America Truck Show back in 2017.
Husband's just loving you being here, ain't it?
Absolutely. Well, you know, we joked about this.
Not the anniversary we're
No,
talking
not
about?
that anniversary. No. But we joke about that. I'm always like, did you ever think you'd be married to someone that's shopping for trucks and trailers? And like, I just bought a Peterbilt not too long ago. And he's
bragging
like,
now.
Nope, I did. I'm bragging right now. But I got into trucking because my former business partner was in trucking. He was in fuel. We met at a business event in Wisconsin. That's where my home base is. Wisconsin. You can hear my
Cheese and
accent.
brats.
Yeah.
Big.
The Minnesota accent's the one I can't.
Yeah.
It makes me crawl when a lady has it because it's not real sexy.
No, that's
what are
very.
you doing there?
That's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
Canadian.
Yeah,
that we
take
don't.
it- take
I'm
your
not
panties
across the
off.
border.
Yeah.
But we met at a local business mixer, and I was trying to talk to him about corporate wellness, and he said, "Do you have anything for truck drivers, like in the cab of the truck?" And I think I'm funny sometimes, and I threw up my hands and said, "Mother Trucker Yoga." Really just to get a response out of this guy, and he stuck out his hand and said, "That's brilliant. You want to go into business together?" And in 4 months, we built a business from scratch, we meaning me, and a year later, I bought him out of the business. And I've been here for the last...
You got him out of the business.
Yeah, the last 7 years we've been working, and to date we've helped and inspired in various capacities more than 200,000 truck drivers. So,
Well,
That's amazing.
yeah.
I believe in your product because two things. I used to be a little thinner than I am now. I used to go to the gym a lot. I did the big weight loss thing in the early 40s, mid 40s. I dropped 66 pounds in 10 and a half weeks.
Wow.
Everybody goes, that's amazing. No, it's just quit eating junk. And I was on an exercise bike every day for 20 minutes.
Movement.
Well, now that I've got older and everything, I can go to the gym and work out, and it doesn't feel the same. But what makes me feel better is when I get in there and I do the stretch moves. And I just constantly unknot my body is basically what it is. Like I get in that little goofy chair that you can sit on, and it
He's
hurts.
demonstrating this, by the way, right now.
Yeah, well, they're watching me. They got it up there on there. So. Yeah, this is also on YouTube, so they're going to see this. So.
Yeah.
And it just, when I would get done, I'm like, I feel better from doing that than the actual workout. So I always thought, man, I need to join a yoga. But the problem is the view is always going to be the problem. Unless I'm in the front, I'm not going to concentrate well.
Well, they don't want to look at you.
I know
Well,
it.
okay. So what you're talking about is like going to a yoga studio, practicing yoga on a yoga mat. That's actually not what I do at all.
Okay.
And so what we do at Mother Trucker Yoga is take what you can learn from yoga, the flexibility, the movement, the mobility, the stability, and break it down into bite-sized pieces for truck drivers. So we focus a lot on things they can do right in the cab of the truck. The driver's seat, even while driving, the sleeper, right outside the rig, things that drivers can sprinkle in throughout their day so they can stay more mobile, so their body isn't so hurting so bad. When you get out of the truck, you're like, mother trucker, and you have to try to stand upright because your back's locking up on you. That's really what we're teaching and what we're promoting. It's not the yoga that people think. Our name is fun. I like puns. But really, it's the concepts of what we can learn from yoga, because if you don't move it, you're going to lose it. I don't care who you are. That's going to happen as we age.
That is true, and I am big story behind it, but we don't need. I've been seeing a lot on Facebook this thing called chair
yoga or whatever.
Chair workout.
Yeah.
Sure.
Chair workout
Sure.
stuff that I keep seeing, and I'm like, well, I do a lot of that stuff. I like doing it in the shower because something about the hot water
Loosens things up.
I can bend over farther. I can tolerate the
You got them little
pain
ducky
better.
things in the bottom so you don't slip, Dave.
What?
The little ducky sticky pads.
No, I need to.
So
to
you don't.
get
I don't want you
that
to fall and get hurt.
fall. Pull the shower curtain down on me, or
That or
I don't know if we want to see that.
Push
Make
the
sure that's
emergency
not
don't want to see that
see any
anymore.
of
That's
Push
why we need the duckies.
the
Yes.
emergency alert bracelet. Help I've fallen and I
Well,
can't get
I
up.
was in the
you know.
hospital with COVID for 2 months almost.
Wow.
I never got put on a ventilator, but I was right there close, and I was able to strengthen everything, get back out and everything. But I did go in the bathroom once, and you don't want to pull that string that's in there. Kind of freaks the hospital out. I'm going, I hear the door fly open. I'm like, I'm just taking
many
care of
times you pull it?
business. And man, I got 10 women in there going, what happened? Well, you pulled the string. I said, no, I threw that big wad of clothes. You skirt over my shoulder, and it hit the string.
I thought maybe you were one of those people that like walk around places and go, ooh, I wonder what this does.
Oh, he does.
Oh, he is.
We'll have a story for
We're on
you.
our podcast. doing
What's
that,
this
and I go,
button do?
What's that hang
Hangs
up
up.
button do?
So you can't take him anywhere, right?
Oh,
That's a fire extinguisher. Don't touch that.
They get away with it in the
what's
Capitol.
the axe?
So when you're around like alligators or dogs that say I bite, are you like, do you really bite and stick your
No,
hand?
I go, you don't know a bite until I bite your ass. You
Fair
think
enough.
you bite, it ain't nothing.
He bites back.
I do bite back, yeah.
Watch out, I do too.
That's why I share a hotel with him.
I
guys
like
are-
this. I like this because I know it works, and I am using it, and I am, because being in the hospital for such a long time, and I have a real bad sciatic, I don't walk because I can sit here all day.
Sure.
I can move around and do stuff as long as I'm holding something. It does not hurt if I'm bent over. I can push a shopping cart for a mile in a mall, nothing. But to stand up and to walk just literally puts me in pain like you wouldn't believe. So I'm trying to stretch, lose weight, and I have. I'm down about 30 pounds.
It's
what I
great.
want to be.
It's great.
Still not catching him yet, but it's a goal, and that's the stuff I'm trying to do is so I can get a little better movement.
Yeah.
And I know it hurts, and I know it hurts when you exercise, but it's something you still have to do.
Well, and even just taking the word exercise out of the equation, because for some people that freaks them out. They're like, exercise, I don't have time for that, or I don't like that, or that's not for me. Replace the word exercise with movement. You just need to move more during the day. So when you wake up,
4,000 miles last week.
well, that's the thing. You think you're moving because your truck's moving. So like when you wake up in the morning,
Movement, they're thinking bowel movement.
well, you know, that should be happening
where you're
too.
thinking.
Choose
because
your
you've
words
been
wisely.
That should be happening
Might wanna
too.
just
Sadly, that's not. For a lot of drivers, that's not.
Exercise, Stretch. Because
if you stretch too far, things fall out.
I know
But
what you guys
mobility,
think about movement,
mobility is
so-
the name of the game. And so I always tell drivers, take inventory from the moment that you wake up to the time that you go to bed and just check in with how much you're moving every joint in your body. Like your toes, your ankles, your knees, your shoulders, your wrists, your elbows, all of that. It's like we
This-
get in a
this-
position and we stop moving. That's what's creating
Everybody
pain.
sitting here right now has got their hands like it.
Yep.
And if you do this, it hurts because nobody does.
Stretching
Yeah,
your
you-
fingers, stretching your wrists, rolling your shoulders, all of that, it adds up over time, and that's that whole use it or lose it. Every joint has natural lubrication, so if you're not moving it regularly, that lubrication, it's called synovial fluid, dries up. You don't make more. It's like it just kind of keeps recycling itself until it's gone. So if you're not walking, that hip is not lubricating itself. Now all of a sudden we have stiff hips and we wonder what happened. So for a lot of us, it's a maintaining what we have. So if you can't get out and walk, maybe you have sciatica, lay on your sleeper, bend your knees and just drop your legs side to side. help loosen up your back, help mobilize your hips, bring your knees into your chest. Like, this is what I'm teaching for drivers because the reality is they're not doing it. And these are simple things that you can do.
Well, it's funny. I seen that little cheap-ass thing where it's just a set of pedals on the floor. And I love riding bikes and stuff. And still.
He's talking about the tiny little mobile pedal bike.
Yeah,
Yep.
that you can sit there. And I'm thinking, it's something. It's in the truck. Because I actually thought about putting a bicycle in my truck and figuring out how I could do that and live around it just so I could do that. So.
Well, it's finding the things that you can do that work for you, because what works for one person won't work for another person, but what can you do to improve yourself? What can you do to improve your health? And start small. A lot of drivers don't drink water. Instead of focusing on 64 ounces of water, how about we start with one bottle? Like, if you're not drinking any, one bottle is still 100% improvement from zero. And then just start small, getting rid of this all or nothing mentality. And I struggled with that for years, and it was like, why am I not getting anywhere? And once I kind of cut myself some slack, I follow the 1% rule. If you're just consistent with one thing for the whole year, every single day, that's 365% better at the end of the year. That's a lot of self-improvement.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Come on, questioners. I know you're all fat.
You guys are on it. You guys are on it.
So, drinking water is a big thing. My daughter hounded me about this, and I had this incident. My somewhat of a relation was going to therapy school, okay? I kept having cramps in my legs all the time, just cramps in my legs. He said, Dave, do me an honest. He says, what do you eat? And I told him. He says, what do you drink? And I told him. He says, here's what I want you to do. I drink a lot of iced tea.
Okay.
I said, give up the iced tea. He says, drink your coffee in the morning. Instead of iced tea all day, just drink water. Because I said that's all I drank, water. 2 weeks, I don't get them. They're gone.
I love it.
And you've heard of hemp water?
Yep.
Yeah, I have a rotating subscription. It just keeps, and that's all I drink. I don't drink no pop. I'm trying to make myself drink a little more milk now.
Sure.
But that's all I drink is just hemp water or regular water.
Careful, milk has a lot of sugar in it, so just be aware of that if you're.
I'm not worried about my figure. Come on.
But one of the other things.
No almond milk because I can't find no udders on an almond.
If
and
you
until
also.
I see them, I ain't buying it.
Oh, Lordy, can you imagine on the side of the road milking a cow? Like, I really want some milk. That could go bad.
Well, that's true.
But if you're struggling with things
I
like.
If it's a boy cow.
I have used the cornfield before.
You okay, so funny story. So yesterday, my husband's sitting over there. He's like, oh, Lord, I can't believe you're telling this story. So yesterday, we're figuring out where we're going to go to dinner with a couple drivers and a couple friends. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I remember getting text.
Well, I don't have your number yet.
Oh, likely story.
You never stopped over and gave me your number.
All right.
Which really makes me sad. My husband would have been fine with me texting you.
I know.
Anyway, so we're like, where should we go to eat? And I'm like, I know this Mexican place, like 0.9 miles away from here. Let's go there. Great. Okay, awesome. And my husband's like, yeah, there's this like, and he couldn't think of the name, like out in front, a bull or a bull. And then he shows the picture, and it's a horse. And Lamar, who was driver of the year last year, was coming with us. He's like, that's not a horse, or not a bull, that's a horse. How do you not know the difference? So now my husband needs an animal lesson on what's a goat, what's a horse, what's a bull, because apparently he did not know the difference between them. And honey, I love you, but you will never live that down until the day you die.
You want to have some fun with it?
You can't.
The lady across there sells horse drugs that people can take now. So it's to make your joints feel better than it used to be. Horse medicine from the Kentucky Derby that goes good for people. So go over and take you a little bit, and it works.
All roads lead back to animals.
Plus, we got to test everything.
See, look,
Test
he moved
everything on first.
and he yells at me.
I was getting comfortable with my back. My
It's
back's
funny
hurting
that you
sitting
said
here.
that. We left for dinner last night, and as we're leaving for dinner, we're talking about. So we go over here by the campus to a little bar and grill that's just over there. Found it. We're driving down the road. Steve comes up on a viaduct and goes, "Wow, this don't look very trucker friendly." And
As soon as we get through the intersection, there's a cop with a semi that had hit the
Oh.
ripped off. And of course, us being big time podcasters.
Yes.
and we're so worried
Yeah,
about
we
eating.
stopped.
We didn't
We went to
stop.
get
We
something
didn't
to
take a
eat.
picture. We didn't nothing. Drove right by it talking about it, and it's like, why didn't nobody?
Fatness overtook the news.
The hunger for actual food instead of actual
But
content.
We don't eat all day here.
Yes.
and
Amen.
6:30 last night.
Amen. Someone asked me that.
Got
Do
a
you
bucket
eat
of
it all
beer?
while you're here? I'm like, no. Like, what is the time to eat?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
moment you get here to the moment you leave, you got words coming out of your mouth, not food going in.
Yeah.
Now you said you bought a Peterbilt. Why do you have a truck?
Well, so I love trucks, but two, I shoot a lot of content. So I shoot a lot of movements. Everything we do for drivers is in the truck.
Okay.
And so I kind of got sick of going to some of the trucking company friends that I have. Hey, can I borrow your truck? Hey, can I borrow your truck? Which they always love doing. So I'm like, I should really just have my own. And eventually I'd like.
It is a rolling billboard.
I do, yes. Well, and I would like to. I go to a lot of truck shows, so I eventually would like to actually drive it to the truck shows. We have some electrical work.
You have a license.
That is what I'm working on right now. But funny thing, here, no.
We
funny-
are actual truck drivers.
Yes.
You know what you
So
do, though?
funny thing, though.
You don't need a license.
I don't, because if I just do it as a recreational vehicle like an
Yes,
RV,
ma'am.
I don't need it. So,
RV.
trust me.
That's
we're
not why I asked.
already all figured
Not
out
for
with
hire,
that.
right on the
Yeah,
side.
I am not for hire.
Private coach.
Yep, you got it. You got it.
That's how you get around that.
Grocery
You got
grabber.
it. It is. I take my kids to school in it. So, yeah.
Oh, there you go. I bet they
We did a video on the
the other
show
kids
about
love that.
Oh,
we did
yeah.
a video about this, and that kid said this is the coolest thing. His mom takes him to school in the semi. He's so proud. He's like 7, 8 years old. Gets out of there.
It's like,
So that'll be the goal. That'll be the goal. But
So-
yeah. So really, I just the amount of content that I push out, and we have a membership site that drivers. So everything I'm doing is in a truck. It's just easier for me to have my own and be able to make my content and do what I want when I want to do it. So that's kind of the intent.
well, speaking of that, how does anybody get to watch you, hear you, or converse with you? Get in touch
Absolutely.
with
So
you?
we're all on all social platforms, Mother Trucker Yoga. You can watch us there. You can read us there. Mother Trucker Yoga is my website. We have a pretty cool blog, a lot of different articles, all about health, all about fitness, all about wellness. But if you want more exclusive content, okay, I'm kind of serious about this health thing. I'd like to try to take care of myself the best I can as a driver. You can join our membership site. It's $85 for the year, or $7.99 a month. I like to
You
think
come yell at me and tell me to get my ass down
if
there.
you'd like me to, I could try to arrange
For
that.
$85, I get some.
Hey, amen. But that gives you access to all of our content and access to me once a month in our
Well, is-
monthly sessions for coaching. So
When we're saying content, are you actually doing the yoga and
Yes.
like running a class with somebody?
everything
As far
that
as
you are doing.
Start to beginner to immediate.
Yes.
You realize
So-
she would release the goats, and it would be grown up goats, and they'd be ramming
in
them.
Yeah.
the truck.
Why we're
in
setting-
the truck.
Well, and so like when you log on, and even you'll see this on my social media content, I'm showing you like one stretch in the driver's seat to do. Like, hey, do this for neck pain. Or in the sleeper, do this for sciatica. Or if you can't sleep at night, try this. And so we do have like class style content if you
Seriously,
want it.
got one for sciatica?
Absolutely.
All right. I thought you were just baiting me.
But the majority of my fans and my followers and my members, they're not doing classes because they're out on the road. And so what they're looking for is on-demand content to help with their biggest pain
what I
points.
would be, yeah.
That's the whole focus is I just want to be able to get you in and out. If it's more than 3 minutes, I'm probably not going to teach it to you because most people are ADD. We have the attention span the size of an ant. So I got to meet them where they are at. Yeah, we're all pointing at Dave here right now. I'm going to point too because why not? Let's just do it for fun. But that's the whole approach of the
I
content.
was going a whole different thing for 3 minutes.
I was waiting for him to say, "What was your name again?"
Yeah, no.
Is this when his dementia kicks in and then we reset and it's
call
like,
it- we call
hi,
it-
nice to meet you.
Call it Dave Heimers.
Oh, the Dave timer. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's sort of like Elvis Heimers, but he don't have the pompadour.
Yeah.
So who likes to pick on who more?
It's pretty even.
well. We're 2 years doing this, 2.5 years.
Me and him's
doing
the
it.
chatty too.
Yeah. Bill's kind of the nerd at Bill. See, we literally do this on our own. This is a hobby. This is not, I mean, we got all the good stuff. We're paying for everything out of our pockets. We're having, he's open source guy. We're not using nobody. If he's got servers and everything in his basement running all this stuff. So we're kind of just doing it our way. And we've plateaued to a point where now I'm about ready to hire the social networking person because we're old fat guys. We don't know shit about social networking, how to log on to Facebook, look at Tic Tacs.
Tic Tacs, eh?
Yeah,
Go to
that's what I did.
Bookface and
Yeah.
Instapunch or Instagram or
Instapunch
Graham
and
Cracker.
Graham
That,
Cracker.
that is the level of our
Yes,
understanding.
that and literally,
there.
how do you do with short? Oh, I can call you short all you want. You know, the jokes I got.
But here's the thing. Here's why I love you guys, and I can relate to this. I bootstrapped everything I've ever done. I've scraped for it. I've worked from the bottom to the top. I don't have $1 million company sponsoring me or backing me. So I appreciate what you guys are doing. And for those of you listening, it takes so much flipping work
And then drive a
figuring
truck
it out.
for 60 hours
Yeah.
and do this.
And everything you're figuring out on the fly, it's like, well, that's not working. I guess I will just
Yeah.
figure it out because you have no other option. So kudos to all of you guys
I've
for
heard
doing
about
this.
beautiful computer for you wouldn't believe on my computer. This weekend it's let him down so much that piece of junk's going.
We're
in the
gonna run it over
driveway.
in the parking
We're
lot
driving
after
over
the
in the
show.
parking lot.
Time out,
We're gonna
time
video
out, time
it.
out.
Oh.
And then you're going to video it for content this time,
Exactly.
right?
Gotta get all the stuff
you've
off.
learned your lesson, video everything.
We drove by a whole contact item last night, and none of it got on camera or film.
Now we're gonna talk about it.
It's because our bellies were growling.
We're three fat truckers. We're
Was,
sorry.
was it good at least? Was the burger good? Like, I feel like we should give a shout out to
Really
the
good
place
food.
you ate at.
Yeah,
Like,
we did.
Something.
What was it?
You're the one that looked it up, man. Not
Granville.
me.
It was.
Granville.
It was the first. I went to Google
Granville,
Maps,
Granville Bar and
I
Grill.
hit
Or
All right.
Bar and Grill because I just wanted a bar, and it was right up the street. And wonderful place. Lady was good.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't
Food was
mind
good. We
plugging it.
ordered way too much.
They're
food.
not paying us, but whatever.
when you're hungry, you
Later.
always
Chicken
order too
wings,
much.
Burgers, pizza, pretzel stick, homemade chips.
Oh,
tater
yeah,
tots,
homemade potato
loaded
chips.
tater tots.
Oh, now
my
you're
God.
speaking my language.
It was wonderful. Yeah.
Listen to her.
And a bucket of beer.
Give me the carbs.
Yes, yeah. Well, I'm a big sucker for like a homemade kettle chip, like real, like with like sea salt, like the bigger chunks is like
Hard
crack.
and crispy
Oh
and,
yes,
like,
now you are
need
speaking
to
my
go-
language.
right on
You
Third
guys
Street.
are still talking about chips, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yeah. And if
What about a
someone's
homemade
listening
donut?
and they want to
Out of
bring
the
us
oil.
some, you know, I'm
Yeah,
not a huge
I
donut
used to-
fan.
No?
No.
I drove for a company that used to deliver pretzels to all the potato chip places.
Oh,
And
wait,
some
wait,
of
time
them,
out, time out.
They would
worked
give
at
you
Pretzels to a potato
yeah,
chip place.
They distribute.
Oh,
their
okay,
chips
got
with
it,
the
got it.
pretzels.
Kind of like your.
But you get to some places and they come out, the guy, hey, you want some chips? Sure. Normally they just bring you out a bag of chips. Well, there's a place in Illinois that would come out and ask you that. Be right back. He would bring you out a brown paper sack you could see through from the oil, and they are still hot.
Oh,
He
my
pulled them
gosh.
Right out of the vat and brought them to you.
That's heavenly.
Oh,
Wow.
There was nothing
Oh.
like it.
If you're listening to this, bring us kettle chips right now. 3 Fat Truckers booth in the West Wing, ASAP.
0085.
We need some immediately. We do take Uber Eats. Just we'll meet you at the door.
You know, it is funny, like you said, Ben and Jerry's ice cream. You know, it's Vermont. They're all over.
Yes,
Ben
yes.
and Jerry's don't ship their ice cream. They make it every place that makes ice cream makes their own. They send
Get
it-
out.
Yeah.
Then recipe.
You can't ship that stuff cross country. It melts. It don't work. So,
Well, you know, freezer
but a
freezer
lot
truck.
of foods
Yes.
are done that. Recipes are just sent around the country.
Yes.
Yep.
Other who's ever there makes it.
100%.
So.
But now I want kettle chips. And someone just gave me a fake $100 bill. It's not going to buy me some, so I'm a little
That's true.
disappointed.
At least you got.
At least I
you got paid this time.
I did. I got paid. This is the first podcast
Brian,
this
use
weekend
that
that I got
concession
paid.
stand down
I'm going to
there.
try to go over there and see what fool will use that money.
So, well, thank you gratefully that I got to talk to you and learn a little bit what I need to do. Now just get me to do it, and we're in good sailing.
Hey, I'll do my best. I
Take the
appreciate you
cattle
guys.
prod that shocks. Well, Hope,
She can get a livestock trailer and put horses
There
in the
you
back
go.
of it behind her
Ghost.
Peterbilt.
Do go,
You notice
Yoda.
she said Peterbilt. She didn't get a KW.
Okay,
or a
Ralph.
Mac.
Well, we
You know what
can't
the
we
difference
can't
is?
Drank the
we can't
Kool-Aid,
talk
that's
about
why.
that right now. So, okay, that's for another show.
oh, no, the old joke is, you know what the difference between a porcupine and a Peterbilt, right? The Peterbilt has a prick on the inside.
I love it.
So, Hope, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you guys so much. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Thank you. Thank you. Keep on moving, friends.
Yeah.